Don't you ever get curious why does pasta as hard as rock turn into chewy and scrumptious food?
When you cook pasta, heat transfer plays a crucial role in ensuring that the pasta cooks evenly. Heat is a kind of energy that everything has. Heat transfer from something with a lot of energy to something with less heat energy.
Now, when you put dry pasta in a pot full of water and place the pot on the stove, the pot becomes hot over time and water begins to boil. The stove produces heat and the energy from the heat is transferred to the pot, causing it to become hot. This energy transfer also causes the water to boil, which then softens the dry pasta. There are three kinds of heat transfer, which is conduction, convection, and radiation.
The method of heat transfer depends on the medium involved. In solid, heat is transferred by conduction.
In fluids, which is liquids and gases, it's via convection.
And to transfer through empty spaces, heat must be transferred in the form of radiation. Let's start with heat conduction. Heat conduction is the transfer of heat through direct contact. Notice that the pot is in direct contact with the heat source. The key idea behind conduction is that vibrating particles transfer energy to neighboring particles. Imagine the metal pot as a series of particles. As one end of the metal is heated, energy is transferred to the metal particles, causing them to vibrate faster. They collide with their neighboring particles more often, and as this process repeats, energy is passed along the metal until the heat spread out evenly and the pot reaches a uniform temperature. Once the dry pasta is added to the boiling water, heat is further conducted from the water to the pasta. Conduction occurs mainly in solids because the particles in a solid are held together very closely, allowing for frequent collisions that pass on the energy efficiently.
Now, let's move on to convection. Convection is the transfer of heat by the movement of fluid. Since the particles in fluid are not fixed, when they gain kinetic energy, they move around. As we heat the pot full of water, several things happen. First, the water particles near the hot pot gain kinetic energy and spread out, becoming less dense. This causes them to rise above the cooler, denser particle above them. Meanwhile, the cooler particles sink down to take their place. While this is happening, the hot particles lost their energy and cool down, while the cool particles at the bottom heat up. This cycle repeats as long as the fluid is being heated, creating a convection current that distributes heat throughout the pot, ensuring even cooking of the pasta.
Lastly, radiation is the transfer of energy from its source to the surroundings. When a pot is heated on a stove, it emits thermal radiation in the form of infrared wave. This wave continues traveling outwards until it comes in contact with an object, at which point the wave is absorbed as heat. That's why even if you're not touching the pot directly, you can still feel the heat radiating from it, because your skin absorbs the infrared radiation.